build an intercooler today. What are you doing? Are you procrastinating building an intercooler? Why would you say that? I don't procrastinate. You're literally playing Minesweeper right now. Build an intercooler. I'm not playing Minesweeper. I'm doing very important things for very important people. I'll have you know. Will you please just build the intercooler? What is the problem? There is no problem. I don't think. Maybe I have a problem. Maybe I need some help. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to work good and not blow apart when boost goes through it. That's it. Does not have to be perfect at all. You can do it. But I want it to be as good as it possibly can be and show off how awesome at fabricating I am. Literally, no one cares. No one cares how good you are. No one cares how bad you are. You shouldn't care what other people think. Not one bit. Just be you, bro. Just be you. You know what, man? You're right. Thank you. I think I can now get started with this amazing and super awesome intercooler. Will you be quiet? Jesus Christ. Hello, I am Ross, and today we're going to build an intercooler. But first I'm going to go over some things. Here are the things that I'm going to go over. This is a radiator that I fabricated for the Celica probably like a year and a half ago. I can't actually remember, it's been so long. But these are all based off of Bell cores, the company Bell. That's the intercooler I'm going to make. You can see it's kind of squatty and weird. I have some ideas. I don't know if they're going to be any good, but we're going to see what we can make happen. The radiator's pretty much done, I think, other than some maybe like a bung for a sensor so that the radiator fans come on. The intercooler is literally just a core and some mounting tabs, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to cut those mounting tabs off. I started on this right before we moved out of the building, and just really haven't been in a fabricating mood. But that being said, something cool is about to happen today. I am pulling something out of retirement, and I'm excited to use it again. So let's go get that thing. This thing that I have pulled out of retirement, it's a tool. I would consider it a extension of myself. I don't know how to explain that other than... How do I explain that? I don't know, it's very special to me. I put a lot of time in with it, and I freaking love it, and I'm excited to pull it out of retirement so it can actually do some work again, and here it is. It is my Dynasty. I love it very dearly. I have it on a really shitty Harbor Freight TIG welder stand. It's actually two combined. It's because it was so big it wouldn't fit on the regular one. And I stacked a water cooler underneath it that we got with Snap. I have some plans on fixing that though. I do. But that's for another time. But anyway, so the Dynasty is coming out of retirement. I am coming out of retirement from doing what I like to do, I guess. Took a kind of a long break from doing turbo stuff, but we're getting back into it. It's gonna be good. I'm so excited to use this thing. Let's get it hooked up. Let me be very clear. You do not need a Dynasty to get good results. I didn't start with a Dynasty. I started with some garbage. And since I chose for this to be my profession, I wanted to buy one welder once. And that's what I did. So that's why I have a Dynasty. It's awesome. The reason I have a Multimatic is because when I had a helper at the shop, we needed another welder so he could be doing stuff while I was doing stuff. So that's why we have a Multimatic. I did a trade for that. Basically did some work for somebody and got a welder out of it. So that's why I have blue welders. The end. Can you see what's going on there? It's kind of dark. I kind of put the stuff together a little bit. Maybe you can see it up here a little better. Yeah, half rad. And I do not know what I do. I wasn't thinking when I mounted this intercooler. As you can see, one, it's not even lined up with the radiator. Like, here's the edge of the intercooler. Here's the edge of the radiator. Those don't line up. And two, I want to put this thing over like another, shoot, probably 3 inches. I want it to scoot over this way some so that it's more offset to that direction. Why? I don't know. That's just what I want. And another thing is where I put this tab and how it's mounted to this. It's mounted in factory nutserts in this lower core support. I did a really dumb thing and I put them in the wrong spot. Really, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing it. Clearly, I wasn't. I was just rushing and trying to get things mounted so that it was less things that I had to move, I guess. But anyway, we're gonna redo all that now. I don't think I'm gonna cut off these two, unless maybe this one. I'll probably leave this one and just add a nutsert. But we'll see. We'll see where this lands. That's definitely going to be up in this. So this one's going to have to probably come off. This one's probably going to have to get cut off. And honestly, when I have this tightened up the whole way, you can't even close the hood because it raises this up too high. So all of that was some bad fabrication on past Ross. And that guy's an asshole. Okay, off camera, I got one mount. I haven't cut off any yet. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to try not to. I got that first tab that's on top mounted to this actual inside bumper structure. So didn't have to cut that one off. It's spaced enough away from this that I have enough play to kind of get this up and down, and I'll make a bar that goes to that to get this solid for the hood. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that factory hole with the threads and that factory hole with the threads and make a bracket that goes to that tab there, because I don't want to cut the tabs off of it, because you cut off tabs that you've already welded, it's never going to look good ever again, and I'm just trying to stay away from that. So anyway, this is the data that I have pulled from those holes. Does that make sense? I don't know, but we're going to make that into a tab. We're going to draw it up on en route and cut it on the plasma table. You don't need a plasma table to do this kind of stuff. You really don't. You just need a grinder and some imagination and maybe some template paper. But because these are the tools we have, this is the tools we're going to use. Alright, so right off the bat I'm going to cut this out of some 16 gauge aluminum sheet that I have lying around, because I have a bunch of it. I have a lot of it laying around, and I'm going to use that as basically the test piece to see if the design that I just designed en route works. It lines up with all the holes exactly how I want it before I cut out some thick stuff. I don't have very much thick stuff, and also saves money trying to use the thinner stuff right off the bat instead of it possibly not being right, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll give this a cut, see how it fits, and then decide if I need to make any changes or if we can cut it out of the thick stuff. And I might pretty up that bracket as well, because right now it's pretty basic. Looks like it works to me. Yeah! Ugh. I smashed myself in the face like 14 times, breaking some bolts loose, but I didn't have to cut those tabs off, which is the most important thing. So The intercooler is now mounted, so that's exciting. Now I can actually start fabricating the intercooler, which is what this video is supposed to be about. Now I'm mounting it. That took me way too long. You know, you think mounting is the easiest thing, but it's actually not. Making the thing is the easiest thing, and then mounting it is the hard part. Ugh. I ever so quickly cut this out of some thin stuff, again to test fit before I cut it out of thick stuff. Let's see how it works. Oh yeah, I think that's going to work just fine. Ooh, ooh. What's it look like from the top? Looks beautiful. Yeah, I think that's going to work. The hard part is going to be figuring out this front plate contour. That might take me a couple times to figure out, but that worked out pretty good so far. First try not so good, as you can see. And another thing I'm not quite sure about is how I'm going to roll this once I make it out of thicker stuff. That's a problem for another time. I would say second time is the charm. Now obviously there's going to be a little bit of difference when you go to the thicker material. Because it's thicker, it might fit up a little bit differently, but that's what a grinder's for. Anyway, this is a one-off thing. It's not like I'm going to be making it a lot. If it was something that I would want to fine-tune in, I would fine-tune it in the program and not have to grind it at all. But for a one-off thing, I think that's probably close enough to cut thick stuff. I still don't know how I'm going to roll that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm going to cut this stuff out. Let's try that again. I don't know if you saw the first time I tried to cut those out. The machine kind of crashed down onto itself, so it goes down and it touches the material to see how high it needs to come back up to pierce. And sometimes it doesn't sense the sheet metal, and that's a grounding issue, basically. So it didn't sense it too late, sensed it, yeah. But at least it pulled itself back off to cut the hole, and then I just deleted that from the program, reset it down, because the torch head is on a magnet, so it can basically move and not break stuff. So this thing basically slid up here, didn't break anything, finally figured out that it had contact, and then it started cutting again. So anyway, had to stop it, redo it, we're good. I had every intent on making this out of 3/16 aluminum, but considering I have to roll this piece, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, I figured 1/8 would probably be enough. Or I should use 1/8, I should say. And considering I don't plan on running more than like 25 pounds of boost through this engine ever. With that turbo, I'll probably be okay. I want to keep it on pump gas, basically. So, whatever I gotta do, keeping the boost low, keep it reliable. 350, 400 horsepower is all I want. Anyway, so 1/8 inch roll is probably going to be enough. I'm going to tumble these pieces and then get to tacking. I personally like the texture that the Tumbling puts on aluminum. This aluminum is actually kind of old anyway. It's been set outside. It's had a little bit of corrosion on it, or whatever you want to call it, oxidation. So I did have to kind of scrub that off a little bit before I threw them in. They've been in it for probably, I'd say, less than 30 minutes. And they turned out pretty good. I'm going to tack them up, try to form this piece, and then I'm going to throw them back in the tumbler, because I think that looks cool. Should be a decent outside corner weld there. Oh yeah, another nice outside corner weld. That'd be cute. Now it's time to try to form the outside. Oh yeah. That's gonna be super good. Normally I would hit this with a wire brush, but I don't have one. That's not filthy. There's probably a better way to do this. I'm trying to think back on some YouTube videos that I watched. Can't remember. Oh, here's a good fucking wire brush. Never mind, I have a good wire brush. Nice. Shiny metal. I hope that does it. Alright, I am still using the Millermatic right now. I don't have my Dynasty set up because I've been using the plasma table and they have to share a electrical lead. So, still using the what do you call it? Yeah, the Multimatic. I'm just tacking though, so it's okay. Lovely, lovely. It's sending some of the hairs off my arm, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to put a couple more tacks on this. And then we'll start forming, hopefully. It is time to start forming. A slip roller would 100% have been the best tool for the job, but I don't have one of those, but we made it happen. Is it perfect? No. But I think it'll work just fine. So basically I need to do a little bit of grinding. There's a bit of overhang here. I didn't calculate for material thickness on these arches, or radiuses I should say, because I was doing it not in SolidWorks, so I'm so stupid. But anyway, this was working out pretty good. I'm happy. Other than a couple of the brake lines in this end tank, I'm pretty happy with that. The fitment's pretty good. Had to do a little bit of grinding to get it to kind of sit in right, but it's pretty good. That's going to weld really nicely, I think. As long as I can do my job, it'll go really good. So, fingers crossed. We're now on the Dynasty. I am so excited. Let's see if I can do a good job. Alright, friends. Here we go. I'm going to start with the outside corner welds. I'm not welding it to the core because I'm going to break it off and weld the inside afterwards. So just doing the end tank, not the end tanks to the intercooler. I'm nervous. Do a good job, Ross. I can live with that. I definitely have the machine set way too high. Yeah, that helped a bunch. Alright. These should be fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this all in one go. I'm going to try. Figure it out as we go, I guess. See if you guys can see. Hopefully you're not getting blinded. Woo! Really started to cup my hand there at the end. I had to start pulsing it. Shoo! Ow! I'm okay with that as well. I'm gonna let that cool down before I do the other. Okay, dope. Last weld on the outside of this end tank. Hopefully I can get comfortable enough to do this sitting down. Just kind of run it up. We'll see. We'll see. Can you see? Okay. Womp. Got a little shaky there. Oh man, that one's pretty freaking ugly. Oh well. It's only on the top where everyone can see it. I'm not too upset. It's been a while since I've welded aluminum, it feels like. Yeah, it's been a while. So, not a bad freaking first start. I'm pretty okay with that. Gonna pop it off once it cools down. Pop it off the core, and then weld the inside. Okay. Got some pretty decent penetration on this, but I'm gonna go through it anyway. Fillet welds are so much easier for me than outside corner welds. That's an awkward position. I've not penetrated through it, so that's good. I'm trying to go real light. There's no way I'm getting this done in one run. Okay, that was definitely ugly. Ooh, I missed a spot. Left-handed welds, not so good. Right-handed welds, they're okay. I'm going to make another excuse for my shitty looking welds is I'm not using Lincoln Super Glaze. I don't know what it is about that, but that shit just lays nice. I'm using InWeld or some bullshit. It's crap. It's dirty. Doesn't matter what you do. It's dirty. It's gross. I hate it. Yeah, okay, bye. Man, what the hell? I heard a big pop while I was tacking this end tank back onto the intercooler, and apparently apparently one of my water hoses bursted up in here. Man, that was loud. I hurt my ear. I didn't know what it was. It sounded like a firecracker. Damn. Well, it's okay. I have a replacement. Well, I got up early this morning so that I could, it's the next day, so I could get this intercooler going and get it finished this weekend. And where we left off yesterday was I had a big water leak on the ground from my TIG leads. And indeed, there was a hole blowing up in this thing. That's pretty crazy, right? But what's even crazier is this. The heat exchanger out of my Coolmate decided to rupture as well. And I don't know how the hell that happened or why it didn't show its face. Got this thing all blown apart. I don't know how it showed its face with that, but not with like leaking out of the heat exchanger. I noticed a couple drips coming out of the machine this morning when I was disassembling everything. I decided to take the cover off and take a look. So how is that not? How is this not just a big geyser of water? I don't know. It's crazy. I'm mildly defeated. I can't afford to buy a new heat exchanger. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This weekend is not going to plan. Not going to lie. I'm a bit upset. But fortunately, we're not stuck. Fortunately, I kind of hoard stuff. And fortunately, I still have the air-cooled torch that I used to use for this thing. Back when I used to fab down in this barn, however many years ago that was, and tried to make a living. I saved that. So we're going full-on old school up in here. Back to the Boost Barn days. And doing it with this big-ass fucking air-cooled guy. Like, it's just ginormous compared to, this style guy. But anyway, this thing will be waiting for me once I figure out what to do with that. I mean, it's probably repairable. I don't know if that's like beyond economical repair. I don't know. It's like $500 for a replacement. I do not have that. I do not. We're not talking about that though. We can keep moving forward on the intercooler. This morning just didn't quite go exactly how I thought it was going to go. Anyway. Okay, reset my table a little bit. Again, luckily I found, luckily I hoard stuff because I found a, what do you call it, a conversion to convert this number, what the hell is this? A 26 style torch to a gas lens. So at least I don't have, like 5 inches of a blaster sticking off the front of the thing. It's a little bit smaller now. It's a little bit more nimble. So at least that I got that going for me. Another cool thing about this is it's actually a flex head too. It's been a long time since I used a flex head. Anyway, now we can start fabbing. We're just a couple hours behind. Got a bit of a gap here, but that's nothing that filler won't fix. Just kidding. I'll probably have to throw it on the belt sander a little bit, trim that back some. Not a big deal. Okay. Oh man, that sucks. I hate when that happens. That's okay. That's what a file's for. Sweet. I think that's enough to probably weld her up. We'll see. Let's start with the back part. Oh, I have some super glaze. It's not the thickness I normally use, but that's exciting. Man, I wish I would have seen that earlier. Crap. Well, I guess this will be a good side-by-side comparison of the two fillers. So much nicer. I gotta be very careful towards the center of this because I have the circle offset pretty far that way. Sweet. Now I can break it off and weld the inside. I am much more happy with this side. It is now time to attach it back to this freaking intercooler core, and then it's big boy weld time. We are some tube stubs away from this project being finished. I do have to say, I am much more grateful for water-cooled TIG torches at this point. Pretty much every run, I had to stop, let the torch cool down, so it didn't burn through my gloves. So, definitely more thankful for a water-cooled torch at this point. I did talk to my buddy. He says he can fix that thing, so that's exciting. Maybe we'll video that. So anyway, I'm going to cut some tube ends, let this all cool down. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, I just need to do it more. That's all it comes down to. But when you're doing it just for yourself, you just don't get that much practice, but that's okay. So, tube ends. And then we'll reinstall and see how it all looks. Man, I'm pumped. Tube stubs. If it isn't clear, I kind of like how, I guess, the late 90s Subarus did their intercooler setup. They kind of had like, it's kind of not the whole way across, but it was like basically maybe 3/4 of the way across is how their intercooler looked. I thought that looked kind of cool. I tried to pay homage to that with this Toyota. I'm not a Toyota guy, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm not too upset at all. Could I have done a better job with my welding? Absolutely. But the main thing is, I got myself to do it for one. I ran into some issues, and I still pushed through. And I tried to enjoy the process, which is something I've been struggling with lately, is just enjoying the process. But anyway, I guess you can probably imagine what's going to come next, but that's going to be a later video. So, get out there and build something. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. motherfucking rich. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Fuck yeah.